Here is uva-crispa UK, the Swiss fruit and berry plant producers and breeders. My name is Markus. I'm breeder and founder of uva-crispa. Today I'm traveling through southern Britain, buying rose plants and selling fruit plants. And by hazard today I heard BBC Fruit Channel discussing gooseberries, blackcurrants and blueberries. So blueberry consumption in Britain, in Great Britain, is going up, and the fresh consumption of gooseberries and currant is very low. And below others, the people which were discussing on BBC Fruit Channel was Felicitat, a friend and colleague breeder from East Malling Research Station, who does a tremendous good work with raspberries and also apples and also small fruit. And she said really clear that for her work, for her breeding work, there are things which are more important than aroma, than eating experience, because otherwise when the growers can't pick the fruit, can't transport the fruit, it's no worth for them. And she is right. But for our work as breeders, which are specialized for the home garden market, we can work otherwise. We can really concentrate on the eating experience. That's our experience. On the other hand, other agronomical things like kilograms and so on, and like firmness, are not so important for us. So we can really concentrate, and we do that also in the breeding work, on the eating experience. Another point they were discussing, and which was very interesting, is how can we reach that people are buying more fresh blackcurrants and gooseberries and also red currants, for example, which are very healthy fruits, and not only go to the modern American high bush blueberries, where the consumption is going up very, very fast. And the answer is, the gooseberries, the blackcurrants, must be good. They must be not only healthy, but they must be good. They must have high level of sugar and high aromas, and then people will buy them, will grow them in the garden for fresh consumption. And that's our goal in breeding blackcurrants and gooseberries, to have fruit which you can pick directly from the bush and eat directly, and which are so delicious that you don't even think of sugar, only the sugar which is in the fruit. So this was the second point which was discussed. Another point was a little bit missed, and they said that gooseberries, for example, in the 18th and 19th century were very high, and there was a big culture also in Great Britain. There were contests which grower had the biggest gooseberries and so on, and many varieties. Myself, I have a book of the end of the 19th century with more than 200 gooseberry varieties, and most of them are English varieties. But the reason that culture was going on was also the American the American gooseberry mildew coming from the US and going through Europe. And with the gooseberry mildew, with the American gooseberry mildew, the culture of gooseberries in the gardens with the small growers wasn't possible anymore, only for the very big professional growers. But in the garden with the old varieties, the culture wasn't possible anymore. And so now, since almost 100 years, breeders are working on new varieties with new American blood coming in, bred in, which has resistance against the American gooseberry mildew. So everywhere when you have a problem, in the region where you have the problem, we have also the remedy, the other part. And so American varieties which are resistant against American gooseberry mildew were bred in, and nowadays we are at a level that we have reached the same level of gooseberry culture, of gooseberry size, of gooseberry eating quality, which we had 100 years before, perhaps even more, because the new resistant varieties, for example the crispa varieties, also the easy crispa varieties, are really very good to eat. These some ideas, some discussions after hearing BBC Food Channel in southern England. Thank you very much. As always, don't believe everything I'm telling you. Discuss with us below the video and go on gardening.